Hello guys, good morning. I'm back today with a special video and a special guest and host, Kev, on the camera here. It was his idea today to go and shoot some of his guns. He's got quite a nice lineup today. As you can see, probably know some of my guns. But Kev brought along SIG VIRTUS 11.5 inch and a really nicely spec'd up AK. His idea was like, Andy, let's have a look. You should love guns, but you don't have AKs. So let's have a look at the AK together and tell me what your thoughts are. So that's what we did. We brought along a very specific lineup. It's not by coincidence that we have these guns. We have a specific flow of guns that we wanted to test and understand. So we start from an AK, a classic, but with a new interpretation, okay? It's not the AK that you see in, revolutions across Africa. This is something with a bit more thought into it. I am not really an expert on the Russian parts. Kev, you want to tell us what you have from back to front?
Yeah, so my dream was to build a Spetsnaz AK, and it took me over a year to actually get the gun the way it is now. I looked at pictures from the Spetsnaz special forces in Russia and tried to figure out and source the parts to build my AK the way I wanted it. Well, the base is a really cheap Chinese AK47, a Navy AK. And from there, I went and sourced all the rails and stuff, and I found one really good company, which is the Zenitco in Russia. I believe they also build, or the Spetsnaz use their parts for their special AKs. I have to say, the Spetsnaz AKs are usually the 4.54 AKs, so a smaller caliber than I have here. I have a 7.62 by 39 caliber rifle. So on the front you have the Zenitco rail and Zenitco flashlight.
Yeah.
The flash hider on the top is the Armacon flash hider. I wanted to have like a special Russian look with the flash hider, so that one fit perfectly.
Is it like the pig from Noveski? Is it that same idea, like a blast and...
Yeah. It basically is for night operations when you don't need, or you wear night vision goggles and don't want a flash that blinds your eyes.
Makes sense.
Yeah. In the back I have a Zenitco dust cover, which in my opinion is the best dust cover you can get for the AKs because it holds zero like a champ. It doesn't move at all because it's fixed to the rail here with two screws. And in the back it's fixed with a special new spring coil, specially made for this dust cover.
Right.
Yeah. And in the back I have a FAP Defense stock.
Adjustable one.
Yeah. It's a really good one, but it's also really affordable, so that's what I went with. That's
what I like about AK. The philosophy is functionality above, not really Gucci because stuff can be expensive, but it's really functionality. Mm-hmm. Okay, I mean you see a lot less probably folks running around with cool kits in AK terms as opposed to AR terms. AK guys know what they want on AK, and they know what they really need on the AK. And to be honest, I don't have a lot of trigger time on AKs. I do have one, really old school, not featured on my channel. That AK has wooden furniture, the old school selector, and I was telling Kev, I was like, AK, oh man, I have those memories and kicks like a mule, manipulations, and the banana mag is I don't know, I wasn't already so fond of it, I could never see myself shooting something like that, but I was really surprised today, and positively surprised. So first things first, I have to say, maybe because, I don't know, maybe it's fitness that I'm doing, I don't know. But the recoil management and the recoil overall is great on this gun, okay? Kevin told me that, Kev, you also have a special spring, you said.
Yeah, a stronger spring, yeah.
Okay, I mean, it doesn't have an impact on the ammo that you can run through, so you get the advantage that you can toss in whatever goes bang from the 80s, 70s, 60s. corrosive ammo, radioactive ammo, everything. Toss it in, it's going to shoot. But with this spring, the recoil is slightly a little more than 2 to 3, but really definitely manageable. It's way below 308. So really from a caliber perspective and ammo philosophy, really have to sort of rethink what my opinion was on the AK. The way he's got it set up with the Holosun optic, fantastic optic, I have to say, Holosun never ceases to amaze. Good price and good quality. And then, I mean, the adjustable stock, as Kev was saying, I mean, you can transition from one shoulder to the other. You can sort of adapt it to whatever rig and chest and plate carrier you're wearing. So, honestly, the only drawback that I see a little bit is the weight. Kevin, I don't know if you can just agree. We were shooting the SIG, and it's a bit front heavy, as to be expected. It's got a lot of real estate and rails here, a lot of stuff going on. What do you think on the weight? I mean,
yeah, it's definitely heavier than other guns I'm used to, like especially with the Swiss military. But I have to say, I mean, with the AK, it's such a reliable gun, and I think a little bit more weight for compared or paired with the reliability of an AK platform, I'm really happy, or I'm happy to pay the price of the weight. Yeah,
I can also happily say that, I mean, compared to the crappy AK that I shot, I have to say the trigger and the manipulation is not that bad. I'm gonna see the empty chamber. The reload is whether you do it from the top or from below. I mean, it's okay, you can manage. Even under stress, if then too much strength, it's not like it's too hard to pull. So manipulation is not a problem. You do not have a ball catch. That's the biggest drawback in my eyes, but probably a matter of training at the end of the day. And the trigger, honestly, stock trigger, you said on this one?
Mm-hmm. Stock trigger.
It's not that crisp. You don't really, with training, you will understand where the point is, but for being a stock trigger, I mean, some AR triggers that I've tried out of the box are way worse. I mean, this is something really that, with a little bit of training, you can save yourself the $300, $400, $500 geyser probably.
Yeah.
So, with functionality in mind, this gun in 2020, I mean, it has it all. And I guess for really a price that is an optimized price, so to speak, compared to some of the other guns you can get on the market.
So, I mean, the AK platform is really amazing for people that don't want to spend a lot of money, but still want to have a really reliable gun that does its job. And and you can always invest a little bit more and get it rigged out like I have. I forgot to mention the safety is a Krebs custom safety. It's not a stock safety because obviously you have the little thing there, exactly, to manipulate it with your index finger.
Yeah. And another neat thing, and Kev is probably the only person I saw that does this, and it's actually really a cool concept. He runs 20 round mags with his AK. So, I mean, we did find out that especially when lying prone, it's not bad to not have the other, 15 centimeters of banana mag going out that you cannot shoot prone. 20 round mags, honestly, I think they do the job quite well. It's what we have in the Swiss military as well. Mm-hmm. So if you're good on your shots, and you're not just going all Rambo on your enemies. With a 20 rounders, I guess you can do some fairly good damage. You can fit 6 in your rig, right? You have 6 slots per magazine?
Yeah.
So 620 makes 120 rounds of 7.62, okay? We're not talking like pea shooter 2 to 3. This is hard hitter. The cool thing, it looks way more compact. Also, it feels, when you're lying prone on obstacles, manipulations, also if you got a sling, maybe a different type of sling. The 20 rounders on the AK, a really nice touch. You can really tell that Kev put some thought into this. So I have to say it's a really special AK. How long did it take you to kit this up?
Oh man, I would say like 1.5 years almost. From actually getting the gun to sourcing the parts, the thing is, most likely you end up buying parts and figuring out, wait, it doesn't work the way you imagined it, so you got to buy some other parts and sell the old ones because they didn't work. And so that's the process I went through. I basically sourced the parts, got some parts, put it on, tried it. It didn't work. I figured I need to get some different parts to make it work, and that's the whole process. But I mean, it's fun. Like it's a project, so you have fun doing it, and it's okay if it takes a while because it's cool to just build it.
It's part of the whole game. Yeah, getting from point A to B, trying things out, getting that experience, trying out at the range.
Yeah,
the journey is the goal almost. It's
exactly.
not. If you could buy it like this tomorrow, it would be only half as fun probably.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have that much of a connection to the gun. I totally agree. I mean, on the next, I thought, Kevin, you're bringing the AK. We're gonna talk AK. So what can I do? Figured I would bring in the good old Swiss AK. So probably you folks know this gun fairly well from, probably like the AK, from a bunch of video games.
Yep.
Kev, let's be honest. I mean, the Swiss SIG553 platform, internally, it's pretty much an AK. Right?
It's basically the same. I have a lot of trigger time because I use it in the military, Swiss military as well. And I mean, I'm still so in love with our rifle because it's such an amazing rifle, so reliable as well, so easy to handle. And yeah, as you say, it's basically an AK, a upgraded AK.
Yeah. What I like about the SIG, as I said, you get the best of both worlds, so to speak.
Yeah.
So you get tight tolerances with Swiss engineering and 223. So 223 caliber is for accurate shooting. Mm-hmm. It doesn't kick like the 7.62, so it's meant to be shot accurately. You add it up to the Swiss engineering, and what you get is a gun that is really out of the box. But whether it's trigger, manipulation, everything, you can really tell they had something in mind when they did this. So,
and this platform is really high quality. I mean, the trigger is amazing. All the parts feel super nice. You have to compare it to the AK because the way it works. But in terms of quality, like these guns are just top notch.
It's a very fair point. I think what I especially like about this, like the manipulation up to a certain degree are the same. So you have rocket mags. What you do have here is a bolt catch. Yeah. The AK still, it's another philosophy. Yeah. We did run through some drills, and I think it's a matter of training at the end of the day. But if I still, personal opinion, I like to have a bolt catch. So that's the only drawback that I see on the AK. But then again, it's nothing that training cannot solve. I'm sure some Russian Spetsnaz, if they were here, they would know how to counter this argument. The only, I don't know, Kev, I think, as you say, out of the box, the SIG, or rather Assault Rifle 90, because it was phased in the 90s. Very good gun, but we're in 2020 now, and we have to be honest. I mean, this gun is good, but in all these years, Swiss Arms, or whatever it's called now, they try to innovate a little bit, but correct me if I'm wrong, I don't see a lot of innovation. They're still cashing in on the old model, on the nostalgia. I don't see a whole lot of innovation, though, coming into this platform. Maybe it's not a bad thing, but it's just a fact, right?
Yeah. I mean, they stayed with the same system all this time. I mean, the charging handle is the same, the magazine release is the same, safety is the same. So they stayed true to the original design that they have, and they didn't really come up with something new. They changed the calibers, like you can get 308s. You can get the AK caliber, 70-62 by 39, 300 blackout now, but other than that, the gun stayed the same. Yeah. I agree. And
I'm kind of sort of split between two words. Like, if something ain't broke, don't fix it. So that's why I think it's not a bad idea to still have this lineup as of today. But for some other things, I see that they maybe could transition to something more modern. You can tell SIG now is coming out with finally a new M-lock handguard in addition to the Picatinny one. So you have a bit more options and lightweight, sort of more lightweight profile. Yeah. They have an adjustable stock that you can adjust the length of pull as well as fold it. Yeah. I heard some flack on that. Apparently it's prone to broke in the middle, although it's more cosmetic, but I haven't checked it out on my own. And then what you nowadays get, you can tell here, you can get more sort of flexibility in the gas valve.
Okay, yeah.
You get the normal, dirty, suppressed, and off, sort of, and it's like a bolt action. Yeah. So they're trying to add something here and there, but it's not a paradigm change. At the core, it's still the same old gun. If you trained in the army 20 years ago and they hand you over today a 553 blackout with M-lock, it's still the same gun, right?
Exactly. You can still use it and you know how to handle it. Yeah.
I mean, with this one, I went specifically old school, black on gray. Like maybe you should have gone diopter. And it's okay. It's a fast gun. When you fold the stock, I mean, really, you cannot complain. Something that fits in your rucksack. 20-round magazine. It's like a mean machine, this one. But I mean, we're in 2020. We have moved on, and out of the same house, Kev, we have something like this. This is yours, right? You just picked it up.
Yeah, just picked it up yesterday. Brand new gun. It's a SIG SIG VIRTUS, and it's basically SIG's new flagship rifle that they sell nowadays.
Yeah.
And as you guys already, I guess, saw, it's based on the AR platform, but it's a short stroke system. So just like the AK and the old SIG. And yeah, you just get the AR feel, but it has the reliability of the other two guns.
Yeah. I shot this one multiple times. You purchased it, of course, you're convinced. I'm really convinced. I was really close to buy one. I hope my wife is not watching this, because that's the reason I ultimately did not end up buying one. Why? As Kevin said, short stroke, 11-inch. You know, this is a native gun to be suppressed. This was born to be suppressed. And I mean, the stock, fantastic. Look how compact it is. I mean, we said that the 553 is compact. Okay, we're not folding the gun, but coming out of a truck, a car.
Backpack or whatever.
Yeah, backpack. I mean, here we're talking 11-inch, okay? We're not talking 9-inch like the SIG 553, where I can already, my experience on 300 meters is already, you can tell, it's stretching really too far. When with this one, you could probably reach out, no problem, to 300 meters with decent accuracy, with not much stress. It's compact, really cannot be more compact than this. I mean, with a traditional AR, which we're about to see, you cannot go this compact.
And with the 11.5-inch, you still have the full, or a lot of 5.56 power and velocity. Like, you don't lose too much of it, which is nice with the 11.5-inch barrel.
And then, dulcis in fundo, as they say in Latin, you got AR manipulations. And I think that's like the paradigm shift. Okay, we go from AK, you know, keep that up, but essentially at the core, good old AK from the 40s, to a more sophisticated AK, okay, which requires probably a bit more skill from the shooter, okay? You can still get a lot of it, but you need to be a really good shooter to be really fast, high speed, low drag with this one. To something like this. Now, I don't want to say that a shitty shooter can be really good, because there's always training required, but out of the box, I mean, SIG now is giving you compactness, it's giving you a lot of reach, in terms of ballistic with the 11-inch barrel. It's giving you really fast manipulations, okay? Whether it's tactical reload, whether, I mean, you're talking transitioning, maybe changing magazine while moving, ball catch. You're getting everything that you like from the AR without the drawbacks from the AR and the reliability from pistons that you have on this side of the table. So I guess in 2020, probably it's as good as it gets. It's probably this one. I don't think that from FN, HK, we have a system that does it all as good as this one. Do you agree, Kev?
Yes, I do, yeah.
I've shot SCAR, I own my SCAR, I own G36. I've seen the short stroke piston game from where it came from, where it's going now. I mean, this gun this is definitely something that you probably need to have if you're talking SBRs suppressed, really high speed SBR that are suppressed. Yeah, I mean, there is always someone on the forum who says, but the traditional AR is just as good. I hope it's not from Aero Precision or Palmetto State Armory, just as good. That's a traditional AR, hopefully just as good as the other one. LMT lower on genuine cold upper with frontside post. This Kev, we shot it, we saw the fireballs, we discussed the issues that you have with the recoil spring and buffer. I told you I had some issues with the Mod 1. What is it? I mean, the AR aficionados will recognize the Mark 18 Mod 0 mantra, so to speak, that applies to this gun. Wilcox mount, endpoint, LMT rear sight. It's essentially a 10.3 DI gun, and it spits fire like a dragon. Essentially, at the core, I said I mean, it's probably a bit more fancy than it should be for a 10.3 AR. Looks way more fancy than it actually is. Okay, we got, of course, some LMT parts, some proprietary parts of the setup back then, marketed Mod 0, was issued to special forces like the Navy SEALs. I like the setup more because of its history, and I've experienced the good, the bad, and the ugly out of this. The good, I mean, as discussed already partly in the Virtus part, it's an AR, so you got AR manipulation. This gun is fast. Okay, this gun is light. You can add a lot of crap before it gets heavy on you for a long time. Cannot say the same on the SIG 553. That piece of shit is definitely already too heavy, even without a red dot on it. So it's lightweight, good manipulation, but it pretty much stops there. I mean, the accuracy is as you would expect from something from Colt, you know, something mil-spec. The problem comes when you add a suppressor on it, and this is, I think, that's why we have put it on the far left side of the table. In terms of suppressor, it is probably the worst gun to be suppressed. Why? It's DI, it's short barrel. I've seen how much fouling comes in, and I was shooting the other day. It was raining, there was a lot of mud, and the Mod 1 just had too much fouling, was not cycling so well at the end of the day. So when you're going through high volumes of fire, and the weather conditions are not that great, this gun can just fail you at some point. It's not, I mean, it's short, right? It was meant to be used with a suppressor, but you have to keep that in mind, okay? It's not just the same as the Virtus. So, yeah, to wrap it up, essentially, so we have seen the AK, we have seen the sophisticated AK, the zenith, so to speak, the zenith of technology, the apex is right here, guys. So you get the best from DI, manipulation, very lightweight, added excellent ballistics, and of course, suppressed. Here you're not gonna have any issues. You got a suppressor lined up, Kev, right?
Yeah,
you told me.
Yeah.
Is it BNT Rotex 2, you said, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, yeah, this thing got adjustable gas valve. Yeah, fantastic. I mean, it was really great to come out here with you today and shoot these guns.
Yeah, likewise.
I hope that we can try it up on the outdoor range with the suppressor next time we can.
I'm sure we will.
And yeah, look forward to hopefully some more material from Kevin and myself.
Yeah,
and
enjoy your day.